Right about now, we're literally about to have a conversation with the current most beautiful girl in Nigeria.
Yes, so remember this name, Ada Ahmed.
Yes.
Now, she's won quite a few crowns in the past, but this one, gang, gang. Most beautiful girl in Nigeria, 2022, presenting Ada Ahmed. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so now, you didn't start today, obviously, because to win MBGN is not beans. So now, take us through your experience in the pageant world from the very beginning.
So from the beginning, I already knew that I wanted MBGN, and not just MBGN, I wanted to go to Miss World. But then I also realized that it's not something I can just jump into. I have to start somewhere. Even in politics, you have to start from the grassroots. So I started from the pageant in Aba, because I grew up in Aba, Abia State.
Okay, nice.
So I started from there, and then I won, and then I tried another pageant and won. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, there's something here.
So that is when I tried for MBGN, and MBGN humbled me. So I tried the first, second, third, and then they kept saying no.
Wow. At what level were you rejected all these years?
So the final screening.
Okay.
I always get rejected at the final
That's
screening.
auditions.
Yes, auditions.
Wow.
So
How did that make you feel? And did you ever think that one day we conquer all of you?
So at some point, I mean, at the third time, I said, maybe this is not for me.
Yeah.
But then my mom reminded me that I have always said this, and if I don't try again, that I'm going to hound them forever.
Yeah.
With, oh, I wish I did try.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? We are going to pick up this form last minute, and then we're going to go for the fourth time. And the fifth, until my brother said I should keep trying till I passed the age limit.
Wow.
Okay. Wow, that's actually interesting. A very, very interesting way to go about it.
Wow. And honestly, it came through. It came through. But standing on stage with all the other participants wearing that crown, explain how that felt.
I always say that for Miss World, they should please take out my coach. I do not want to see him. He should not be in the vicinity.
Really?
Because yes, people describe how I cried like wailing. Because I looked at him and I remembered how much we've tried. And I just knew, okay, this is my moment. I'm finally living in my testimony, and I'm looking at him. So that moment was super surreal. And please, nobody should have me there anywhere around me.
Yeah. Wow. Because you start crying
Because I'll start crying again.
Amazing. So what was it that you think made that difference this particular time?
I just think it was my time. Nothing. I think for the third time, I even prepared more than this last time.
Okay.
I prepared so much more mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. But this fourth time, I think it was just my time because everything aligned. I didn't even stress so much. So every little effort I made somehow had a ripple effect. And so I think I understand time and seasons, times and seasons, and this was just my time.
All right. And it is your almost time for you to go for Miss World. Now, that is a platform in itself. It can be intimidating. How do you feel about it? Intimidated a little? Just a little?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I believe that's a gathering of champions because you already conquered in your state, in your country. So whatever, I'm going with the mentality of whatever happens, I'm going to build a network, I'm going to form a sisterhood and a bond, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, my mother would always say you don't have two heads, and nobody has two heads. So why would you be intimidated by somebody else who, like you, has conquered in their country? So I'm just going there to have the best experience, and that's about it.
Okay, amazing. But does that mean your preparation will be less because you believe, okay, everything is happening? What is your preparation like?
So I absolutely know, I'm the kind of person that I like to be in control. So I always prepare weeks, months ahead of everything. I don't like to procrastinate, and I don't like to keep things to chance. While I'm going to enjoy the experience, I'm also very prepared because at the end of the day, I want to win. But then I'm not going with the mentality of if I don't win, I'm going to die.
I win or die. Amazing. Okay, so now Miss World is in April. And like never before, you have enough time to even prepare for it, right? And that's definitely amazing. So from now till April, what is it like? What are you up to?
So my pet project, because Miss World is very beauty with a purpose conscious. They
true.
absolutely love, and then I'm not doing it because Miss World loves a good project. I've always been doing this. In 2020, I founded Ada Goes to School, which is an initiative for scholarship funds and funding to children in underprivileged communities. And we've done 100 and counting. So this is me amplifying it to a bigger stage now. So what are the things that are causing children from not being able to access funding? Like, you can give a child access to education, but some other things may limit them to actually enjoy.
True.
So, yeah, what I'm doing right now is preparing with this broader audience I have and this broader platform to
for that. So you actually spoke about a pet project that I think is very personal to you, right? That is health related. You want to throw more light on that?
Yes, so it's on schistosomiasis. And schistosomiasis is a very big endemic, but it's extremely neglected. A lot of people don't have knowledge about it. So simply put, it's blooded urine, and it mostly affects young children from infected water bodies. So be it a river or wherever. And then usually it affects people in rural communities, and then the treatment is not very accessible because, like I said, it's a neglected endemic. It's very personal to me because my brother suffered from schistosomiasis. We didn't know what it was called at the time. And not just my brother, but my cousins too. And then we started the research. After he suffered for over a year, but then got better, we said, okay, what exactly is this? Let's understand it, because it's so predominant in our community. And then we found out that it's not even limited to Abia. It's in tropical areas across Africa, across the world. It's a world problem. So yes, that is why I said this is something I'm going to do, because my brother stayed out of school for a year. So I can now imagine, and he has access to education. So imagine funding someone to go to school and then they cannot because they are sick. So that is how this project was born.
Powerful project, powerful project, and of course your connection to the project is gonna ensure that you stay on it, and hopefully someone out there who's never heard of it will do a little bit more research on it and possibly support you on that. Yes. Thank you so much for all the great work you're doing.
Thank you.
Really interesting. I mean, but then again, let's talk about camp season. Now, what was camp season really like? Yeah, we're talking about we know Adame, she's boss spoken. The project is great. We want to hear the gist. Give us the camp gist. What was camp season for you like?
I think my best part of camp was after everybody goes to bed. So after the camp activities, we most likely end, say, midnight. But I already had a community of friends, like 6 of them that I made. That's why I said pageantry is so important, because I build sisterhood and friendships through pageants. So my best part, there's this room across me, that's where my friend is. Every night we convene there, all 6 of us, and then this one bring Pringles, this one bring Ribena. So it was so fun. Like I had the best time, really. So while it was a learning experience for me, I absolutely always look forward to the after camp activities gist.
After camp activities gist. Okay, amazing. So now you spoke about the idea, or rather the importance of sisterhood during pageantry. What other value do you think pageantry can actually pass on to society? If someone comes to you and be like, okay, you know what, I want to participate, but my parents is saying no. If you had a chance to talk to that parent, what would you tell that parent that you think will help them allow their child to actually go for a pageant?
Okay, so like I would always say, every year 36 girls convene, and then you hear very unique projects. And I am coming with schistosomiasis, and I know someone in camp that she's a foster parent, so she fosters children.
Wow.
And you hear so many different things that people are doing that you had no idea about, and you didn't even have any idea about that the resources are available to do it. I would always, one thing I would advise is that pageantry is beyond just beauty and the glam. It is such an eye-opener, because everybody has a unique project that some way in their little corner impacts the world. And yeah, I think that's such an important message.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing.
All right. I have to say, when it comes to beauty pageants, there's a reason why they've been around for so long and why they're still going to be around for such a long time after this. But I know there's probably a young girl watching right now that has seen you and heard you and probably has that aspiration to get a crown. What would you say to that young girl?
Now we'll have to answer that question in the kitchen.
Oh, in the kitchen.
But let's
I'm
see
sorry.
one of her videos accepting that crown as we take her to the kitchen. I hope you eat semo swallow.
Oh.